If we'll take a seat, we'll go ahead and get underway. Still have plenty of seats back in the Baptist pew this morning. Before we call the meeting to order, let me just acknowledge a couple of people who's here and visiting with us this morning. Mavia Yanner is a Meharry Medical College graduate student. She's spending some time with Mr. Ross over at West Tennessee Healthcare as administrative intern. So, Mavia, would you please stand if you're there? She is right here. Let's give her a hand. Thank you for being here. We're supposed to meet with her later on today and talk to her about the vision for the city and tell her what a hard-working, dedicated council that we have with the city. We also have Peter Smith here, who is originally from Australia and now lives in Scotland and is attached to the United Nations. He works as an advocate for right to life, which is certainly a worthy cause. And Peter visits friends here about once a year and tries to get some fishing in. So, Peter, would you stand, please? Right back there, Peter. We'll call the meeting of the Jackson City Council, the June 5th meeting, to order. And we'll call on Ernest Brooks III for the invocation and pledge. If you would, please rise.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. I would like to call my pastor and spiritual shepherd, Reverend Walter L. Brown Jr., pastor of St. Paul CME Church, to come forward.
Good morning with all heads bowed, I suppose. Almighty God, we thank you for yet another opportunity to gather together to take care of the business of this great city. God, we thank you for each and every individual gathered here under the sound of my voice. Continue to work with us and bless this council of men and women as they work tirelessly to better our community and move Jackson forward. We thank you for all of your many blessings as we work together in unity. And all of God's children said, Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, item 3 needed roll call, and I think you can show all council members present. Item 4 is the approval of the minutes of the May 3rd, 2018 City Council meeting. Members received a copy of those minutes, and unless there's any additions, corrections, we'll let those minutes stand as submitted. Item 5 is the invitation for public comment. If there's anyone here who would like to speak on any item under new business, if you'd be kind enough to let me know, then we'll be happy to call you up and let you address the council. We have 3 proclamations this morning. First, let me call up Dwayne Cherry for her first proclamation. Dwayne, come on up.
Big D.
This is Dwayne's security. Y'all come on up. Come on. Okay, thank y'all for. Yeah, come on around. Y'all. It's a family affair. Y'all come on around here. Okay, very good. We have a proclamation. Reads, whereas this proclamation is presented to acknowledge Dwayne Cherry, administrator of the Mission Convalescent Home Health and Rehabilitation Center, who has been awarded the 2018 Eli Pick Facility Leadership Award by the American College of Healthcare Administrators. And whereas fewer than 11% of these facilities nationwide qualify for this esteemed award, only 351 administrators in 45 states were awarded the Facility Leadership Award nationally. The Leadership Award was celebrated during the awards luncheon at the American College of Healthcare Administrators' 52nd Annual Convocation and Exposition in Orlando, Florida in April. Whereas based on the premise that this facility excellence reflects leadership excellence, this award recognizes the administrator of record who provided such leadership during the 2017 calendar year. And whereas he is diligent in his duties and exemplifies the meaning of being a true professional and his unwavering commitment to go beyond what is expected. Now therefore, I, Jerry Guest, Mayor of the City of Jackson, Tennessee, do hereby proclaim Tuesday, June 5th, 2018 as Dwayne Cherry Day in the City of Jackson. Encourage all citizens, friends, and residents of the Mission Convalescent Home, Health, and Rehabilitation Center to join in this celebration of this accomplishment by Dwayne Cherry. Dwayne, it's an honor for me to present this to you, and thank you for everything. Thank you for being a part of it.
Well, thank you all. I think Dwayne Cherry Day should happen every year. What do y'all about y'all? That's good enough for me. First, I'd like to thank the mayor and the city council, particularly Councilman Harvey Buchanan from District 4. I know Harvey personally. We're like friends and brothers, and I know that he loves his district, and anything that's positive can come out of that district, he's ready to present it to the city as a whole. But most of all, I'd like to thank the people around me. These are my support people, Mayor. If many of you don't know, healthcare, nursing homes, we are the most heavily regulated industry in America. When you're driving up Glass Street, going to Berry Street, I have to have a policy on why you driving up the street, going to Berry Street. That's how much we're regulated. And so I can only do that with the people that are around me, my support staff, and even people in the audience. Bancorp South is out here today. My good friend, Radio Rashid, I works for him sometime on the side. He's here. Beth Pascal with Calvary Sargent, who has taken care of us for over 30 years. When the thing looked red, somehow I felt like it was black when I left her office. But it was just wonderful, and I just wanted you to see all these people around you. This is the reason, my spiritual advisor, Reverend Elliott, this is the reason why Mission Convalescent Home Health and Rehab Center is #1 in America. And this is the reason why the American College of Healthcare Executives felt like I deserved this. So thank you one and all. Keep us in your prayers, keep us in your blessings, and we're gonna do our best to make Jackson look good and make East Jackson look better. Thank you all.
Y'all come on around, gather around.
We coming. We got our assigned spots.
Come on around, gather around.
Trying to get everybody here.
Okay, our next proclamation is the family table. Let me ask Mary Ann Poe to come up and accept this if you would. Mary Ann is at Union University. She is the Dean of School of Social Work and Director of Center for Just and Caring Living. So Mary Ann, thank you for being here. And I'll read this proclamation and present it to you. Whereas our nation works to confront the challenge that are faced by many family units, the award-winning Healthy Living City of Jackson, Tennessee recognizes the importance of family values and the practice of communication around the dinner table. And whereas an awareness of strong family values and practices is a powerful way to transform our communities and promote peace and harmony among all people. Whereas through the Family Table Initiative, groups throughout the United States and Taiwan will be sponsored projects and programs to create greater awareness and consciousness of the family table values and the practices of peaceful communication. And whereas the City of Jackson, Tennessee will support programs and projects conducted in the spirit of the family table and honor the organizers of these activities at their commitment to world peace and global harmony. Now therefore, I, Jerry Guest, Mayor of the City of Jackson, Tennessee, do hereby proclaim June 5th, 2018 as Family Table Day and encourage all citizens to recognize and participate in the efforts of the Family Table Initiative. Mayor, thank you for being here. Here is your proclamation. And if you'd like, come up and just address the crowd.
Thank you so much for this proclamation. This is a relationship we have with a program in Taiwan that is working to strengthen families. And they invited us to be a partner with them in this project. And we anticipate some exchanges with students in the years ahead related to strengthening families in our community as well as in Taiwan and around the world. So thank you again.
Thank you. Okay, this next proclamation is a special, very special proclamation. All of them are special, but this particular one has a real personal meaning, not only to me, but the entire City of Jackson, Tennessee family. So I'm going to call up Hank Shackelford, if you would, just to kind of brief you on this proclamation and why we're doing it today. Thank you, Hank, for being here.
Hi, guys. This is the 13th year of the Stone Cup, the city and county golf championship. This year we're changing the format a little bit. We're going to go to one weekend. We're going to have qualifying on the 22nd of June at Jackson National, our friends of Jackson National, 18-hole qualifier, and then the top 16 and the top 8 seniors and the top 4 ladies are going to go to Woodland Hills to play 2 rounds on Saturday, and then on Sunday we're going to have the finals at the Jackson Country Club. So we're pleased with that. We've still got all the golf courses involved, and we think it's going to be a good year. We've got our friends from McDonald's and Sam's Club are going to provide lunch for the players on Friday at Jackson National, and so we're happy to do that. Now, part of the Stone Cup is that each year we try to designate one person who has made a contribution to both golf and to our community. We try to identify a person who is basically a leader. As a retired Army officer, I know what leadership means. And we're looking for that person who just gets up every day and tries to make a difference. Some of our past honorees include the Talkative family, who may have done more for junior golf in the state of Tennessee than anyone else. And so we've been very careful in our selection, and I think this year we might have hit it, might have done it right.
Thank you. Again, it's an honor to do this. And I'm going to read about the first sentence of this, then I'm going to pause and get that individual up here. Then we have some people here whom I'm going to call up and be a part of this proclamation. Whereas the citizens of Jackson, Madison County hereby acknowledge the achievements of Samuel Lewis Dawson. That's all you get right now. Sam, come on up.
Got it.
Now we have some family members here. Let me ask them to come on up and join us. We also have members of Sam is a distinguished member of Uncle Billy's Breakfast Club. We have some of those members here, and I'll ask them to come up and gather around Sam as we read the proclamation. Loretta, his wife, is here. Charles, his brother, is here. Members of the Breakfast Club, come on up. I know it's hard for you all, but that's,
That's good, that's good.
Yeah, I think you did.
y'all come on, gather on around. Come on, y'all, come over. Somebody come over, scoot them over a little bit, y'all. There you go. They couldn't hit a golf ball 50 feet. Don't tell them everything, Sam. Cecile, come on up here. Cecile's the girl Friday in the office, takes care of Sam every day, 4 hours a day. You come up and join Loretta, if you would. Great, thank you. Well, Sam, I said this is a special proclamation to me, and I think it's special to all of our City of Jackson family who work with you on a daily basis. And we appreciate Hank and the committee that made this award possible for you today. So let me read the proclamation and we'll get on with it. Whereas the citizens of Jackson, Madison County hereby acknowledge the achievements of Samuel Lewis Dawson and his support of golf in this city and county. Sam was born in 1935, Turner, Arkansas. His dad and mom worked in the textile industries. And whereas in 1952, Sam graduated from Central High School in West Helena, Arkansas, and the next day he went to work at a gas station. He joined the Marines October 31st, 1953. In 1954, Sam was lucky enough to meet and woo his bride, Loretta. On November the 2nd, 1955, they traveled across the Mississippi River from Arkansas into the state of Mississippi, woke up a justice of the peace who married them while still wearing his pajamas. They paid him $5. Y'all are real generous, Sam. Poor guy in his pajamas, and went back across the river to their home in Helena, Arkansas. Whereas Loretta and their 3 boys followed Sam throughout the years in the Marine Corps to include a tour in Washington, D.C. while working with the Central Intelligence Agency in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, where Sam was doing something, he could tell you what, but then he'd have to kill you. Sam also spent a tour in Vietnam. Sam went from enlisted man up the ranks to retiring October the 31st, 1976 as the rank of major. Whereas Sam's brother Charles was an accountant in Jackson, Tennessee, and Sam and his wife had stopped by on their travels back and forth across the country. Why not retire in Jackson? So in 1976, Sam and Loretta decided to make Jackson their home. He enrolled in Lambeth University and obtained his degree in accounting. Whereas in 1980, he went to work for the Madison County Development District. Several years later, he applied for and worked with the Southwest Tennessee Development District and later Human Resources Agency, where he stayed until he retired. County Mayor Leach called on Sam to join him as his assistant. In 2002, he became the assistant to then County Mayor Gist and has been a critical part of his team ever since. Sam gets up at dawn every day and works enthusiastically to help the constituents of this city. Whereas during that period of time, Sam has been an avid golfer with his friends at Jackson National Golf Club and Bent Tree. He has supported all charitable organizations by putting teams together for the city to play in these events alongside John Hodges. John, you're here. You come on up and join. Oh, you're already here. Okay. You got to scream. John Hodges and his younger brother, Charles Dawson. He's worked tirelessly to support golf here in Jackson and support the city's investment in the Bent Tree Golf Course. Sam gets up at dawn every day and works enthusiastically to help the constituents of this city. Whereas Sam is married to Loretta, a 63-year marriage, and she too deserves recognition today. There have been three children, son Samuel Dawson Jr., Ronnie Lynn Dawson, who is now in heaven, and his son Barry, who lives right around the corner from Sam and Loretta here in Jackson. Whereas Sam has been a friend to all and has served the citizens of this city and county selflessly for many years. Sam will do it or let Sam get it done. It's just a fact around life, around City Hall. He is much loved. Whereas in recognition of his lifetime achievement and dedication to the furtherance of the great game of golf here in Jackson, Madison County, Tennessee, And as a part of the 2018 Stone Cup, the official golf championship for Jackson, Madison County, Tennessee, let it be known that the honoree 2018 Stone Cup is Samuel Dawson, and now therefore I, Jerry Gist, Mayor of the City of Jackson, Tennessee, and I, Jimmy Harris, Mayor of Madison County, Tennessee, do hereby jointly proclaim the 2018 Albert A. Stone Jr. Cup and the 2018 Beverly Pierce Cup as the official golf championships of Jackson, Madison County, Tennessee, this 5th day of June 2018, and urge all citizens to participate in this annual golf championship and to express appreciation to Samuel Lewis Dawson for his many contributions to our city and county, as well as his faithful service to our country. Sam, it is an honor. Let's give Sam a hand again. Another photo op, please. Y'all be patient. We're gonna gather around and squeeze in tight. Get friendly. Y'all come on in. Now, if you can't say stand, you can't stand with me.
I got it. You know nothing about it. Kept a good surprise. No. Played golf yesterday.
You say no.
I thought about that today.
Yes, my baby.
It'll go after the next one. You got you off right over there. You know what was going on.
Boy, I sit between the pair of those. Man, how could I ever be so lucky? Sit between these two.
I know, you are truly blessed. What if you sat beside Deacon, you'd be doubly and triply blessed. Guarantee. Right, Ross?
Just proves I got it.
Yeah, good.
Thank you.
Not every day you
I do pray for both of them. I do that. Pray for all of them.
hugging on all the women now.
Where are we? All right, I got you, man.
Recognition.
Okay, item 6 is recognition. We have Dave Bratcher here representing the Star Center. And Dave, if you'd come up and let us know what's happening at Star Center. Thank you for being here, Dave.
It's almost like that time at church when, before somebody starts preaching, it's time to go. That was a high note, so hopefully this will not be a low note. So first of all, thank you, Mayor and Council, for your years of support of the Star Center. The Star Center is celebrating our 30th anniversary this year, and we are very proud of that accomplishment. Two other things. The mission of STAR has not changed over those 30 years, and that is to help any person with any disability to realize their potential. We've stayed true to that and have evolved to continue to stay on the cutting edge of providing those services. I wanted to give you two numbers today. The first one has to do with Madison County employees. So we have a job training and job placement program as part of what we do at STAR. And I wondered, if we annualize the salary of the folks that we put to work in 2017, what is the economic impact of that? And so those folks who were unemployed when they came to Star and were employed when they left Star, annualized have an economic impact of $269,279.40. These folks are in Madison County. Now, we view ourselves as the hub city. So when we look outside of Madison County, the folks that were placed into work in 2017 equals $561,719. That's $750,000 of wages going into somebody's pocket, which we know comes out of their pocket, and they spend it in our community. And so because of the investment that this council is making, that's one of the programs that this city is getting in return. And so I just want to say thank you very much. 1988 was a long time ago. We had 2 clients. In 2017, we served over 2,100. Thanks for believing in us, and we're going to continue to do the work that we've been doing for 30 years for 30 plus more. Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. We thank you and thank the Star Center. You're having a major impact in our city, and we appreciate y'all for what you do and your passion for what you do. Item 8 is our ordinances on first reading. We have consideration of the ordinance to rezone property located at 1765 Hollywood Drive from RG2, General Residential District, to OC Office Center comprising .52 plus acres, submitted by Rhonda Collins. We will have a public hearing at some point here.
Good morning, Mayor and Council.
Morning.
You have the materials pertinent to this rezoning request in your packet, and this was presented to the Planning Commission at their last meeting, and they are recommending approval of it to you. It is adjacent to an existing office center district, so this is a logical extension of that district, and it is also in compliance with the civic master plan in that this shows this property suitable for the zoning that's being proposed. So again, the Planning Commission has recommended approval of it to you, and I'd be happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Okay, do we have a motion? I have a motion.
Second.
A second. Before we vote, we'll need to have a public hearing. This is an ordinance on first reading, so we'll declare the public hearing open and ask if there's anyone present who would like to be heard on this matter, speaking in opposition to or in support of. Is anyone present? Okay, hearing none, seeing none, we'll close the public hearing and take a vote. We have a motion and a second. Council, please vote.
And the vote is unanimous.
Second item is consideration of an ordinance to amend the text of the official zoning ordinance of the City of Jackson, Tennessee, Article 8, Administration and Enforcement, Section 1, Administrative Offices, C, Board of Zoning Appeals, 2, Proceedings relative to public notices. Dan?
You have the materials pertinent to this text amendment. For the last few months, we've been reviewing the way that we put notices out to the public, and also had assistance of MTAS, who has helped us with looking at the legalities of our notice requirements and seeing what notices were required and what medium could be used to put those notices out to the public. And what we had in our ordinance and also in our city code are some references that date back some time where they refer to putting public notices in newspapers of general circulation. Well, you know, if you've been around, that the circulation of newspapers is declining. The number of people that look to the newspaper for their information is declining. So we've been reviewing that and looking at better ways to put those public notices out there. So this is an effort in that direction. The Board of Zoning Appeals by state law does not require that we put a notice in the paper of general circulation. Some provisions of state law still require that certain things still be placed in the newspaper, and we will continue to do that. But this one did not, so that we will be moving these notices to our website. Not only is the notice there on our front page, but also links to all materials concerning the items that are on those agendas are also linked to that agenda, which is not possible in newspapers. So actually, by moving it to the website, we're getting better information out to the public, because not only do they see just the items, but they also have links to the materials that go with that. So again, this was presented to the Planning Commission. They are recommending it to you.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve and a second. We'll go ahead and have the public hearing. We'll open the public hearing and see if there's anyone here who wishes to speak on this ordinance being in support of or in opposition to. If you'll let me know now. Hearing none, seeing none, we'll close the public hearing and council, any questions? Council may vote.
I had just one
Okay,
quick question.
go.
The information will be on the website. Will it also be in the paper as well?
No, it will not.
Only on the website.
Starting July 1, our notices will appear only on the website for those commissions and boards that are not required to put those in the newspaper. Now, zonings are still required to go in the paper, so we'll continue to run notice for those. Annexations are still required to be in a paper of general circulation, so we'll continue to do those. But the boards and the commissions that do not require that under state law will all move to the website. All of our notices that we are presently putting in the paper now all have a statement at the bottom that says, starting July 1, these notices will not appear in the paper anymore, will be on the website. So we're giving them advance notice for those things too.
And I think we discussed that most, if not many cities are moving toward this as well.
Most cities have moved away from newspapers for quite some time, but again, we are still bound to state law in some aspects, so we have to continue to do those in those instances. But all the ones that the notice is not required to be in the newspaper, we are moving away from that meeting.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions or comments from council? If not, council, please vote.
And the vote is unanimous.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thanks, Dan. Item 9 is the second readings, means we passed these ordinance on first reading already. It's consideration of ordinance to annex a resolution to adopt a plan of services and an ordinance to
adopt it.
we have a motion for adoption and a second. Have a second. Any questions? Council, please vote.
The motion passes with 8 members in favor, 1 abstaining.
The second was consideration of ordinance to rezone property located at 602 South Missouri Street from RG1C, General Residential Conservation District, to I2 Light Industrial District, 770 plus acres, 7.70 acres, and from RG1 General Residential District to I2 Light Industrial District, 0.50 acres. 2 tracts containing a total of 1.2 acres, more or less, submitted by Dennis Henderson of Deedon, Inc.
So moved.
Motion and a second. Questions from council? Council, please vote.
The motion passes with 8 members in favor, 1 abstaining.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stan. Under new business, item 10, we'll take on Ms. White, if you'll come up. You've got several contracts we need to try to handle. Consideration of contracts to construction of Bemis Park, and this has been a work in progress for a couple of years, and we appreciate all the hard work that mainly our city people have done in preparing that park now ready for construction. So with that, Ms. White.
Okay, thank you. Invitations to bids were sent out to 22 vendors. Can you hear me now? 22 vendors. We advertised it in the newspaper, 2 plans rooms. It was on the city's website, and we sent these out to Nell Huntsman, and she sends those out to the African American Chamber of Commerce. Unfortunately, we did not receive any bids. Then city staff found this company and asked them if they would like to look at the plans and specs. They did. They submitted a price of $292,061. What they would do is construct the memorial wall and the roof, the entrance towers, the restrooms, the walkways in front of the pavilions, and the city would provide landscaping, sidewalk, seating, and sodding. And they're under budget, along with a splash pad. They did not bid on the splash pad, and that's the next item that you will be asked to vote upon. So it is our recommendation that you accept this bid.
Move we accept it.
Okay, a motion for acceptance, approval. And we have a second. Any discussion from council?
Mayor, if I could,
Yes.
I would just like to say how thankful we are to Councilwoman Vicky Foote for her leadership throughout this entire project. I know she has been there from the very beginning, and I'm just so proud of her. And it seems like we're going to see this to fruition, so I just wanted to take that second.
Thank
Tell
you,
her
Councilman.
Thank you.
Also, I want to thank the people of Bemis for their patience over the past at least 2 years. They've been very patient with us, and now we're beginning ready to move on it if this is adopted by council. So we have a motion and we have a second. Any additional discussion? Council, please vote.
And the vote is unanimous.
Okay, item 2, under that same little project, is consideration of contract for splash pad at Bemis Park.
So moved.
Have a motion?
Second.
Second. Discussion? Council, please vote.
And the vote is unanimous.
Okay, item 4 is consideration of contract for on-call asphalt and concrete restoration services.
Okay. This is for potholes or any kind of street or sidewalk restoration. And that's to include the pavement markings, the stop line, turn arrows, and the crosswalks.
Okay, is there a motion for approval of contract?
So moved.
Motion?
Second.
Have a second. Okay, we have a second. Discussion? Council, please vote.
And the vote is unanimous.
Council doesn't mind, we'll back up to 3. Try to take care of Riverside Cemetery for sure, and that's consideration of contract for Riverside Cemetery for mowing services.
So moved.
Second.
The motion, second, discussion. Council, please vote.
And the vote is unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. White. Item 5 is consideration of contract for the State of Tennessee Department of Transportation, the City of Jackson regarding routine maintenance of state routes for FY18. Is there any questions from council? Is there a motion for
So
approval?
moved.
Have a motion, second, anybody?
Second.
Have a second, discussion. Council, please vote.
And the vote is unanimous.
Item 6 is consideration for policy procedure encompassing the following liens: demolition, board ups, mowing lanes filed with the City of Jackson for the purpose of securing the payment of a debt or performance of some other obligation.
So moved.
Have a motion for
Second.
approval and a second. Discussion from council. Hearing none, council, please vote.
And the vote is unanimous.
Okay, item 7 is approval of a resolution of the annual action plan prepared by the Jackson Housing Authority for 2018-2019.
Move the
Tanya?
adoption.
Second.
Have a motion for adoption. Have a second. Discussion from council. Hearing none, council, please vote.
Good job.
Yeah, you did an excellent job to get a unanimous vote.
You're gonna vote for it? And the motion passes with 8 members in favor, 1 abstaining.
Okay, item 8, Ms. Bell, write-off for FY18.
I was hoping I'd get the same as LaTanya there, but. Today you have before you several write-offs. This is just annual cleanup that we do preparing for year-end closeout for the auditors. The first one is the 2006 property taxes in the total amount of $94,191.23. Then you have returned and unreconciled checks, $975, $1,147.97, and $10,718.82. Delinquent garbage write-offs, $11,929. Temporary containers, $12,685.01. Delinquent court fines from fiscal year 2016, $236,984.72. And Civic Center had 3 events, $20,245.47.
I think council is knowledgeable of the fact just because we're having to write these off according to state procedures, state laws, we're still in the process of trying to collect those. So we will still continue to try to find some of these people. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Got a motion, is a second?
Second.
Second. Discussion? Council, please vote.
And the vote is unanimous.
Thank you.
On 9, grant approvals, the VOCA Navigator Extension Grant for FY19 requires a 20% match. Ms. Bell, you want to handle that one? Or
Sure.
Daniel?
This is a grant that they've had in the past. This is an extension that will be extended for 2 years. It does require a 20% match, and the total award amount will be $112,635, and this grant is for our Safe Hope Center.
Move the approval.
Okay, we have a motion for approval. The second? Second. Discussion from council. Council, please vote.
And the vote is unanimous.
Okay, the next grant is a Building Strong Brains grant initiative with the University of Memphis Lambeth campus.
This is a grant that has been proposed in conjunction with the University of Memphis Lambeth campus. It is an initiative that will teach officers on adverse childhood experiences, and the grant will allow for up to $500,000 to be available for 10 to 15 different projects, with a preference for budgets that are not large but will have an impact on the community. There is no match required for this grant.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion from
Is
council.
this just 1 year, the grant, or do you know?
Danielle, you want to answer that question for me?
Okay. We would have to ask for extension,
We could reapply.
reapply. Thank
Okay,
you.
any other questions? Council, please vote.
And the vote is unanimous.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ms. Bell. Item 10 is the board appointments for the JEA Board. We have reappointment of Howard Bond.
So moved.
A motion, is there a second? Second. Discussion. Council, please vote.
And the vote is unanimous.
Okay, on the library board, we have Elaine Christians, who's a reappointment, and Glenn Vaux. a reappointment.
Second.
We have a motion, a second. Discussion. Council, please vote.
And the vote is unanimous.
Okay, item 11 is budget amendments.
So moved.
Now, too early. Thank you, though, Councilman. Thank you for that.
This is our year-end budget amendments that we do, we have done for the last 7 years. The total amount of the amendment be $392,150, and you have the amendment where it's various line items throughout the city's budget. And again, this is required by state law that we estimate and project all of those that we anticipate possibly will be over budget.
And the council needs to remember this is a projection, it's kind of shot in the dark. If we miss some, we miss them. Hopefully, we have most of them, and most of them should be pulled back in before the end of the year. So any questions? Do we have a motion?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that anything that we're actually under budget, we don't change the budget there, so it's not as bad as it looks, the 390,000 overspending.
No, and Mayor Giss asked me last week, this is less than 1% of our total budget, so.
And then, I guess you answer, this is projections, so if, I guess we budget in the beginning, we get to the end of the year, trying to figure it out, and then we draw on the fund balance from that.
It is an estimation and a projection, and again, this is the draw on fund balance. If it comes in under, that draw
Then
will
that
not be
draw is
taken.
taken. Okay.
And many of those are under utilities and fuel for our vehicles. So, I mean, I don't know how you can, estimate to the dollar what that's going to cost on a yearly basis. So, is there a motion? Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Ms. Bell, with respect to council expenditure, council travel, and council salaries, why is the projection up when we didn't vote for a council salary increase?
You actually had a new part-time person that was hired mid-year,
Okay.
and that was not budgeted.
Okay.
And as far as travel, it exceeded what your budget was on that particular line item.
About 5,000.
Yes, sir. So, from what your original budget was, that line item was more this year.
Okay, any other questions on that particular amendment? Do we have a motion? Okay, do we have a motion?
I believe Mr. Bray did.
Pepper made the motion.
No. Thank you, Charlie. Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion from council? Council, please vote.
And the motion passes with 7 members voting in favor, 1 abstaining, and 1 voting no.
Okay, invoices over $10,000. Councilman Bray.
So moved.
All right, motion. Second?
We got it.
You got a second? Discussion? Council, please vote.
And the vote is unanimous.
Thank you very much. There being no further business, meeting is adjourned.
Mr. Cobb. Mr. Cobb.